Hello, everyone.
Happy Friday.
My fingers are too cold to turn on the camera.
Yeah, yeah. So we
It's,
missed a bit of the theme song.
well, it's sweater season.
Yeah,
Crazy, hey?
yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, all of a sudden I mean, not a bad day for October, but it's still October. Could be worse. My friend Kathleen, one of Dan's sisters, lives in northern Ontario. They're forecasting snow already.
Ew, yuck. Anyways.
Yeah, it was kind of her take.
Yeah, no kidding. So it looks like we have a lot of drinking ahead of us tonight. Look at all of this. We're just saying to John, what are we going to do with these open cans? So what are we doing tonight? Oh, that's my wine.
Well, so we're doing a few offerings from some craft breweries that um, they range from right down in Vic West up to Nanaimo. We've picked up some offerings from all of these. This is by no means a representative sample of everything that there is to be had on the island. There is a great variety of craft breweries.
This just happens to show where we've been in the past couple of weeks.
Shut up.
It's true. So now you're going to tell us about each one of these, but this is a giant can.
Well,
look at the size of this.
A little bit, but then I'm not. So, okay.
Why are we going to go visit them and do some? We should do some stuff.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
It just, so what I've chosen is sort of a red to brown ale from all of them. I don't think we can compare them directly, but I thought maybe at the end we can have a little bit and try them all at once. But we're going to try them one at a time here. So we're going to work our way up island. We're going to start with Spinnakers, and here's the reason why we're going to start with Spinnakers. For those of you that don't know, Spinnakers is in Vic West.
I used to live right by there. We used to go there all the time.
I put it in a glass with an etched sailboat on it. So that's Spinnakers Nut Brown Ale. The other thing about Spinnakers that you might not know is they are the original gangster brew pub. They are
original gangster, isn't that like a song?
Yeah, the OG, right? They were one of the first in British Columbia to have brewed on premises straight to tap.
So when was that?
Well, as it turns out, right around the time when I was ditching my high school grad ceremony in favor of going to an Aussie concert, 1982, one of the founding partners of Spinnakers, or one of the people that would become a founding partner of Spinnakers by the name of John Mitchell, opened a small brewery on the property of Sewell's Marina in West Vancouver. The idea of this was he was going to supply his pub, which was called Trollers, down the street. Now, I don't really remember this because 19 was a whole lot of years ago for me.
And you probably weren't sober for a lot of it.
True. But I kind of forgot that if you wanted to have beer and go out to the pub and have some beers, you could choose from Labatt's, Carling,
Molson,
or Molson.
Yeah, or extra old stock.
That was Carling. It was Carling O'Keefe.
Sorry. Yeah. How did I not?
O'Keefe extra old stock.
Yes.
Now, I'm sure there are subtle differences between all the offerings of those, but it's limited, especially when you consider the amount of choice that you have now, thanks to all these microbreweries. Now, back at that time, Mr. Mitchell got together with some friends.
It's good beer, by the way.
And decided to try and start a neighborhood pub in Victoria here. Now, no one had ever done that before. In fact, there wasn't even a land use zoning for neighborhood pub. The Victoria Council at the time was kind of like, yeah, well, that's an interesting idea, but not in my neighborhood, kind of thing. Anyway, the idea is that they looked for a site that was industrial, where there would be no neighbors to complain because this was going to have to go through a neighborhood ratification sort of thing.
Yeah.
They put out a poll anyway of the local neighborhood. The Vic West Neighborhood Association was involved in this, came back with outstanding buy-in. So the public was in on it. Took them a year and a half, which actually is pretty spectacular.
Oh yeah, no, that's compared to today.
Yeah, but I mean, not only did they have to get the city on board, they had to get provincial and federal excise regulations changed, but they did, and that essentially opened the door for all the microbrews and brew pubs and all the spectacular variety that we're spoiled with now.
In Victoria or in BC?
I think it's all in BC.
Oh wow, because yeah, it's true. I remember trying to get thinking if White Rock was ever going to do it, right? Because yeah, wow.
Well, I mean, they opened the door. Yeah. Floodgates are open. I mean, you know, some places you can't walk around Yaletown without coming across a, you know.
And who doesn't love it? So yeah.
So yeah. So this is one of their many brews. This is the one I always order. I am partial to this type of ale. So
it's pretty good beer. I like it. I'm not a huge beer fan because it makes you belch, which is I'm holding off here.
Yeah, I love that beer.
Oh, it's so good.
So not only do they have, so this is the oldest brew pub on this list here. They started in 1984. They've also acquired some properties that they have as guest houses. The first one was built 100 years before they opened. It was built in 1884. It was the Jenkins place on Mary Street, was it, I think?
Okay. So
anyway, they totally redid it. It's a guest house now. They have a couple other properties. More importantly to us, though, they also have a restaurant with delicious food.
I mean, I've been going to Spinnaker since, basically, it opened. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember, well, Sue used to live up the street from Spinnaker, so we go down there, we go and hang out on Saturday night and go down and have, especially in the summer. And it has just an awesome location.
Oh my God.
When they started, it was the industrial section of town, but it's become somewhat gentrified now. And I mean, you're looking out over the inner harbor, you can see the planes take off and land.
What does gentrified mean?
Oh, just sort of upscaled more. The gentry has come in and populated.
Watches a lot of Jeopardy. Yeah. Okay. No, that's delicious. Sorry.
You suck.
I know I do. That's why I'm here. All right, so we've done that one. Again, this is delicious. Did we show them the can? I'll show them the can.
Yeah.
I know I had to show them something. All right, so it says Nut Brown Ale. So this is the one we're trying, and yeah, it's really good. I like it. So one can open. Let's see what we're going to do with the leftovers tonight, people.
So once again, don't get me wrong, I'm not bad-mouthing mass-produced domestic beer, but the amount of choice you have now with all the various offerings from the different places, the flavor, the hops, the malts, the traditions, a lot of them are done in an old English, Germanic, Hungarian style. The cool part about this, a lot of the beer I try I don't even particularly like, but it's just neat exploring all the, trying something new, right?
What is this next one?
It's alt beer, and this comes from...
Written on the top of the cap.
Yeah, so here's why I'm thinking... So this came straight out of the draft engine.
Check this out.
Right into the bottle. Now...
No label.
This is from Millstream Beverage Company. I'm thinking that the reason that there's no label is they started as V2V black hops.
Okay, so they just rebranded.
Yeah, so those guys, actually they use part of it as funding for forces, members of the forces with PTSD and stuff like
right.
that.
So this is the place that's right next to the log
Right
house.
next to the log house.
Right across from Liquor Planet, people.
It started out just before the pandemic.
Yeah, I know.
And so, it was one of the some of the collateral damage left behind by the pandemic. From there, it became the Axe and Barrel Brew House.
Wasn't that the?
And that was the name of the pub before they changed it back to the Log House. I think I'm getting this right. It's all kind of convoluted. Now it's the Log House again, I think.
Yes, the Log House pub.
Yeah.
But they're separate from the other one.
Well, I mean, it's actually attached.
Yeah.
The buildings are attached.
They're owned different by different people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for a while I think the Log House ownership owned that for a while.
Oh.
Now it's a separate entity. It's a Millstream Beverage Company.
Very nice.
Now this is just a year or so old. It could be that they just haven't got,
They'll correct us when we go and visit them.
Yeah, sorry if I'm getting this wrong, you guys.
I remember some people being involved with it, so that's why I say that. Okay, so we're going to give this a whirl. This is called Alt Beer.
Yeah, and I picked it because of the color. You'll notice it's kind of a similar look.
Yeah, so it's kind of dark like that one. And it's just, we'll just show you the different colors here. There we go.
I mentioned that Spinnaker's is also known for its food.
Yes, you did. And it's pies.
And it's what?
Pies. Remember the pie?
Oh, yeah, steak and kidney pie and stuff like that. So Spinnaker's has a restaurant section downstairs, section upstairs.
You'll like this. This isn't my style. So he likes kind of the hoppier tasting stuff. I like lagers. See, I know what I'm talking about now. I know what a lager is, right?
Oh, that's almost got like a molasses kind of.
Yeah.
I like that. This is a great winter beer. I think so.
Oh, it's comfort food.
But again, this is all subject to your taste. I'm just trying to keep it the same general variety of beer so that we can compare and contrast.
Oh, okay.
The Millstream Beverage Company is, like Sue said, attached to the Log House pub physically. It's on the corner of Trainer and Millstream in Langford. It's kind of a fun place. They have,
it's cool.
Especially in the summer, they have like a big artificial turf lawn area. They have beanbag throwing. What is that called? Cornhole. I can't say it.
Oh yeah, where you could win the Woody Prize from our neighbors.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got puppy dogs. They allow puppy dogs out
there. They have board
games
and stuff. For food, they have a selection of pizzas. They also have pretzels, cheese knots, whatever those are. They look delicious, but I haven't tried those. Chips and salsa and nachos.
Yeah, it's just cool.
And it's just a great atmosphere. The staff's super friendly, pretty laid back. You don't get the scenery that you get with Spinnaker's, but like I said, just a casual, fun place.
Just the idea that you can sit around with the doggies and your families.
Yeah, that was what I liked about it. The place was full of dogs, and I love dogs. So.
Yeah.
So whatever.
We'll have to, we'll take you to each one of these places as we go, but, while we were there, it's like, oh, let's just grab some beer and run. All right.
So we're moving north.
Okay. And what's this one?
The next one is one that I have never heard of. I've never seen the place. I didn't know it existed until I saw their beer in the liquor store. This is Small Block Brewing.
Okay.
It looks like, from the pictures, it looks like Small Block Brewing is set up in what used to be a garage, like a mechanic's garage.
Amazing.
Or something, right?
Because there's a car on it.
Yeah, so all their beers have some kind of vehicle on it. Small Block, I'm guessing, is a reference to it having been a garage. Small Block was Chevy's workhorse. Virtually all the muscle cars had a Chevy Small Block.
I'm pretending I know what you're talking about. I have no.
I'm pretending I know what I'm talking about too. My friends would all know that. No, like a like a 350 was a Chevy small block, right?
Sure.
And that was in Camaros and stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, so they've got a bunch of kind of hot rod themed beers. Like I said, I've not been there, but I know that they do have karaoke nights.
Nice.
Excuse me, comedy
And where
nights,
is this again?
musical acts. So if you're going up to Duncan,
yeah,
before you get into Duncan, there's the farmers market on the right, and then there is along that little side road, the little business frontage road. There's Red Arrow
Thank
Brewing.
you. I knew that was where it was. Yeah. Okay.
But it's not. It's past that. It looks like it's in like a business block, like kind of a strip mall thing.
Oh, okay. Oh,
so I'm looking forward to trying it. If you know Duncan at all, there's a pedestrian overpass that goes over right by BC Aquifer there. It's right in front of that.
Okay.
Or behind that.
What's the beer called?
The beer is called Green Goblin Irish Red Ale.
Gotta give this a whirl, hey?
Now, the one that I'm going to do last is also an Irish Red Ale. And the one I'm going to do next is
a red ale.
An Irish ale. I think it's an Irish red ale.
All right.
So these guys, it says, so they have a variety of beers.
Oh, this one, is it dark too?
Darkish.
Oh yeah. Okay, so same kind of color.
It looks like it's a smaller operation. They also have some interesting looking ciders. They offer wine.
Nice.
Yeah, but you can choose between red and white for the wine.
This is good. It kind of tastes Christmassy.
Is it?
Oh, you got to try that. It's got a little bit of a cinnamony flavor to it. Give that a whirl. Right?
Yeah, I see what you're talking about, yeah.
It's your Christmas beer. We got winter and now Christmas.
To me, that almost tastes a little bit like the Belgian style.
Yeah, which I like.
You know, like unibrow and stuff.
I don't know what unibrow means. Like, what is unibrow?
Unibrow is like a popular brand.
Unibrow?
That's what I call it. No, it's UNIBROUE.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go and, he's probably just messing with us. And we're all going to go in and ask for a unibrow beer. Imagine that.
I promise I'm not.
Okay, sure. All right. Look at how many beer we got going on
here. The food offerings in this place are more limited. They have, I think they just have snacks. They have roasted peanuts, but cool flavors of them. They have curry, candied curry, buffalo, and chipotle. But if you're looking for a meal along with it, it's not going to happen there.
That's okay. You can have a little bit of brewery and buy some beer and have a little bit of nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought so.
You're good to go.
Shut up.
That flavored nuts thing reminds, we're just like laying in bed, going to sleep like, old couples do. And I'm sitting there doing my puzzles. He's reading his book and it's like, hey, you know what? Did you know that there's 6 different types of mayonnaise you can make? Well, I didn't know that, but apparently I do now at 11 p.m. So, yeah.
There's more than 6.
Well,
did you not get that thing that I sent you? Oh,
I'm sending you the recipes, he says.
I did. Did you look at them? No.
It's not. There you go.
Mayonnaise.
You may think we have an exciting life. We just don't. Now this one, like this can, you got to see the size of this can. Like, good Lord.
Yeah, this is a sizable
I don't even
can.
know if you can see that this thing is huge. Like, wow.
Some of these, I should mention, this started out being beer that you can't find in a store. Well, some of them you can, as it turns out.
But this one you can.
This one you can find in a store. I've only seen it in one place.
Where?
It was the 4 Mile Liquor Store at Admiral's Walk.
Okay.
Spinnaker's is fairly ubiquitous now. It's kind of everywhere because, well, partly because they've been around forever and it's very popular stuff. The 2 growlers, I mean, these by definition, come straight from the pub and they're take home only kind of thing. And this is just this place, which is Craig Street Brew Pub in Duncan, by the way. This is just their version
of the growler.
Of a, well, I think this is
a howler. So why do they call this a growler?
Yeah, that's a good question. If anybody knows that.
Well, I'm figuring if you drank it, you'd be growling. And I guess if they call this a howler, if you drank it, you'd be howling?
Was it a howler or a prowler?
Either way, I can kind of make up why they named it. But anyways, yeah, we're talking about how are we going to save that? Let's see if John drinks it this evening or not.
There's a very good chance of this because this is one of my favorite beers, period.
Like we make a trip to Duncan. By the way, it's right next to the shopping district. And I think I've mentioned this before, but if you go to Duncan, it's got some really good shopping. Like I would say better stores than Victoria, quite frankly. Okay, so this is now this is the Shawnigan Irish.
Yeah, this is Craig Street Brew Pub. If you haven't been there, you really should go there for the visit. Not only do they have
so good,
incredibly delicious beers. This is my favorite.
Yeah, I'd say this is.
It's a great place and great food. As a matter of fact, it is rated the third best restaurant in Duncan out of like 67 places to choose from. It's in an old 1940s building, complete with a huge wood-burning fireplace. It still burns wood, exposed rough wood rafters and everything like this.
It's in a little walking district. I was saying, like, shopping and it's fun.
It's kind of right downtown in Duncan. It's been operating since 2006. They have a bunch of offshoots now. So there's the brew house, and then next to it is just a restaurant,
which is good.
So the brew pub is called Craig Street Brew House, I think. Mm-hmm. Next to it is Just Jake's, which is I think they share the kitchen. They got one now called Jake's at the Lake, and I think they've taken it. You know, Cowichan Lake, right where the river meets. There's that big place right on the river, right as you go across the bridge. Yeah. I think they took over that.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Shawnigan. Okay.
No, this is Cowichan Lake.
All right.
They have an oak tap house, which has a phenomenal looking patio, which we'll have to try. That's in Duncan on Cowichan Lake Road.
Okay, we've been there.
Well, we've been on the road. I don't think we've been to that actual place.
No.
They've got a place called Just Desserts, which is
nice.
Just Desserts, I guess. And apparently they have a food truck, although right now, apparently, according to the website, it is not operational.
Well, that's too bad, because they could actually have I still say we should have margarita trucks, right? That just go down, or just like a little thing that goes from neighborhood to neighborhood. Then people don't have to drink and drive if they chose on like a late Saturday afternoon.
That is just so good.
Maybe that's what you should do for happy hour. You can create a little truck.
A little happy hour truck.
I love it. That's the newest thing. There you go.
I wonder if you could make the parents chase the truck like the guys used to make us kids chase it.
Well, we serve ice cream as well. I'm going to get all kinds of trouble for that one.
Mix the ice cream into the drinks, mudslides and stuff.
Oh.
We'll have to do an episode with ice cream drinks.
We did that one time. Didn't we do like fudgicles or something? I can't remember. I think they're still in the freezer.
Well, no, we froze them.
Oh, they're still in the freezer.
Popsicles and stuff. No, I'm talking about like a mudslide where you put vanilla ice cream, blender drink, and Baileys and.
Sure. Okay. That sounds good. All right. What do you got?
What is with you tonight? You're just obnoxious as hell, aren't you?
Well, thank you.
Well, you are. You're being all.
All right. So I've recently stopped drinking throughout the week, right? And I've had a glass of wine.
Never mind. Forget I said anything. Anyway, yeah. On top of having a great atmosphere and tasty beers, Craig Street has amazing food. Go and try it out. It's still run by. Oh gosh, I can't remember his name, but it's a husband and wife team, and she's Liz. I think she's a friend of Michelle's.
Yes.
She's super cool. She works there sometimes, and does. Anyway, when we were working in Duncan, we got to know her because we go in there for
Nice.
after shift sort of thing.
Cool. You're just going to drink that all?
Pretty much.
Okay, good. Did you want me to pour you some more?
No. Last but not least, we're all the way up in Nanaimo now. North of Nanaimo, this is, the original place is 5775 Turner Road. And that's sort of, if you know Nanaimo at all, it's kind of between Rutherford and Woodgrove Mall.
All right.
They opened...
this is the Longhouse, by the way. Is it called Longwood? There we go.
Yeah, I did try saying that with a straight face.
I'm not.
They opened in 1999, so they've been around for a while. It's called Longwood because that sort of shopping area that they're in is Longwood Station. They have the distinction of being the first place in BC to start the growler movement. They came up with this idea.
So we should ask them what growler means.
Yeah, we probably should.
And it's also our favorite place to go whenever we go up island. We always stop.
Yeah. Again, not only is it great beer, but great atmosphere and great food. If we're listening to TripAdvisor, still they're number 9 of nearly 200 restaurants in the Nanaimo area. The upstairs is family friendly, but you can still get all their beers and drinks and wines and stuff up there. It's a little more open than, say, Craig Street, but they do have a big wood burning fireplace too for those crappy West Coast style days. I've never been downstairs to the pub part. We should try that sometime.
Yeah, we've been down there.
Have we?
Yeah, we have.
When?
I can't remember, but I know I've been down there.
Oh.
All
right. So they sell these growlers. This is the one, again, that I get every time I'm up there. It's their Irish Red Ale, which they describe as malty with a creamy head, old world flavor.
Okay.
I'm just ignoring you on that.
Yeah, so am I. It's like, all right. Is it malty with a creamy head?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
In 2012, these guys also opened a tasting room, which has what they're calling a picnic patio. They don't have from what I gather, they don't have the same menu, but all the beers are available there. I'm not sure where that is. I've never been there.
I don't know.
Their tasting patio.
Yeah. That's good, but it's a little bit more, again, back to that hoppy taste. So this doesn't quite have the same hoppiness as this one.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, for me, I mean, I'm very sensitive to it, so.
Let's do a straight across.
All right, here we go. I know which one I like. Well, there's 2.
Well, we're gonna compare the 3 Irish ales.
Oh, I see. We're comparing apples to apples, all right?
Yeah, because the nut brown ale is a little bit different, and the oat beer is a little bit different again. Although, actually, I think these 2 are more similar than this other Irish ale.
Mm-hmm. So this is the Longhouse. This is the Craig Street.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, what's that called again?
Green Goblin.
Yeah. What's a brewery?
Oh, small block.
All right. Okay. Try not to belch when you're drinking beer online. Okay. There you go. Okay. Go ahead. Oh, this one's got quite the foaminess.
Mm-hmm. It's called Head.
I didn't want to say it got a creamy head.
You're so easy.
I just couldn't do it. All right. And then that one's kind of fizzy. That's still really good. My favorite is that one. The Craig Street. Definitely. I would drink that. I really like kind of the lighter ones, but
that seems a bit drier.
Yeah.
I love them both. Remind myself what this one is. Yeah, see, it looks the same, but it's like a totally different beer.
Oh yeah, they all are.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
delicious nonetheless, right?
Which one do you like the best?
I'm still gotta say I'm not qualified as a judge or anything, but I'm still a huge fan of this
We both are.
Shawnigan Irish Ale here.
I like it too because you get to go shopping when we go pick it up. All right, what's the next
Yes.
one?
Are we going right across the board here?
Well, I thought you wanted to. Well, I mean, I know what.
Yeah, good idea.
Okay. Wow.
Alt beer from Millstream Beverage Company. Wow, that's got a huge head.
Sorry. But it does. Right? There you go. Okay. That one's good. They're both good. I mean, I just don't like this kind of beer, so it's hard for me to even judge it, to be perfectly honest.
There's really something about that.
Oh,
the
yeah?
Millstream one. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
Cool.
I don't know. It reminds me of like molasses cookies or something, which would explain why you're not a big fan. Sue hates molasses, right?
Yeah, so it's definitely got that comfort feel like we were talking about before.
Yeah, yeah. Like to me, there's a winter beer right there. That would go up head to head with Lion's Winter Ale, I think. Lion's Winter Ale has more vanilla flavor, I think. That's from, God, who does that? Granville Island Brewery, I think. I kept this local on the island here.
There we go. All right, so I think those are the winners.
And yeah, the nut brown. I mean, it's hard to beat Spinnaker's stuff, right?
Totally.
Still, my pick is that, but they're all excellent.
No question. Now, tomorrow night, we are going to Frankenstein, right? So Jason, who does the Christmas Carol, it's like a one-man performance of the Christmas Carol at Christmas time. Also at Halloween does the story of Frankenstein, and it's at the Craig Rock Castle.
And he's really good.
Oh my God, he's so good. Now, I think he might be sold out for these few shows, but he's got some next week.
Yeah.
But highly recommend it. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, and it's in Craig Rock Castle. I mean, Yeah. But there's not too many spookier.
Yeah, I know. Lots of ghosts.
Places. Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're just holding back the belch.
Yes,
yeah. I'm watching him. He's not really talking because he's going to just like belch out. So what are we doing next week?
Is next week the Halloween episode? What day is Halloween on this year?
Is it hell? Oh my God, we need to get you a costume.
Oh. No, we really don't.
Yes, we do. Don't be silly. He's gonna. Again, he forgets that the microphone's on. But whatever.
I was quiet.
Oh, good. All right. Well, we'll figure out a costume.
Is it Halloween? So what's today? The 20th or 20? Okay, so 27th. Nah, it's kind of not really Halloween. Halloween is in the middle of the week, so we'll just skip Halloween this year.
Yeah, sure we will. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. I'm just Ken. I won't do that because it's too common. But we'll figure out something. That'll be fun.
You'll figure out something.
I will. All right.
So we'll come up with something. We'll get back to actually mixing some stuff up and shaking ice around and that sort of behavior next week.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, thanks for watching and stay safe.
Yeah, have a great weekend. Bye, everyone.